That's right. There was a dude named Shea Spitz, and there was one game, and I literally said, Shea shits with the ball.
That happens. Yeah, these aren't too bad today. This game, anyway.
I am not a great commentator. We've reached the quarterfinal stage in the first ever girls U16-17 U.S. Soccer Development Academy playoffs, and today a place on the line in the Final Four in Kansas City next month for either FC Dallas or Real Colorado. Welcome to beautiful Oceanside, California. Real Colorado comes into the last 8 winners of Group C, a side that has yet to give up a goal in these playoffs, and one of the best defenses in the Development Academy. 16 shutouts in 31 games this season, and their midfield is run by Addie Bundy, such a strong player for this Real Colorado side. Addie Bundy is playing up from the 15s and is a 2002 national team player. FC Dallas comes in the number 3 seed, winners of Group B, also winning all 3 of their playoff games to advance here to the quarterfinals, looking to make their way to Kansas City today. And up top, Diana Ordonez, a U17 national team player, has 28 goals this season and will lead that line for FC Dallas. So it's an all-frontier division quarterfinal matchup. A spot in Kansas City is on the line, and it's next here on USSoccerDA.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's featured matchup for a playoff game between FC Dallas and Real Colorado.
No national anthem. Just say, let's play soccer.
Let's play soccer.
Hey, just let them know no national anthem so they can go. It's not working. Go ahead. FC Dallas and Real Colorado getting ready with a spot in the Final Four on the line at the girls U16-17 U.S. Soccer Development Academy playoffs. Mark Serber alongside Danielle Diavanzo. And Danielle, two teams that are extremely staunch defensively, but also very efficient going forward.
As you mentioned, both teams are very strong defensively. It's going to be a chess match once again, where we know Real may not get a lot of opportunities to score, but they take advantage of them when they create them. So that's going to be something that FC Dallas will have to look out for, those quick counters or those set pieces, as we've already seen Real score a couple of those this game. On the flip side, FC Dallas has the ability to keep possession, build them out, tire you out, and then go to goal when they find that breakdown on the defense.
This is an FC Dallas side that comes in as the Frontier Division champions, going 23-2-5, and then blew through Group E 3-0 with 7 goals for, just 3 goals against. They're taking on a Real Colorado side that finished just behind them in the Frontier Division in second place before navigating their way through Group C to make their way to the quarterfinals. So it's FC Dallas in white with blue shorts and white socks who will kick us off in the quarterfinals at the U16-17 girls level. It's Real Colorado who win it back. Real Colorado coming in with the fourth best defense, or excuse me, the third best defense in the Development Academy, giving up just 24 goals, or 27 goals rather, in the regular season, have yet to concede here in the playoffs.
That and all their goals have been scored in the second half so far in this tournament, so that's where...
Good opportunity, played across, and very nearly FC Dallas getting an early one against Real Colorado. Side that is yet to concede in the playoffs. Nervous moments inside the first 45 seconds.
Well, we'll see with Real, they have a great ability to be able to withstand a lot of attacks where they just keep taking wave after wave, and they just, again, keep wearing you out, and they look for those quick counters. When they get those few opportunities, they have the ability to convert.
It's the third best defense in Real Colorado in the Development Academy, taking on the tied for fourth best defense in FC Dallas. But both of these teams can score goals as well. Real Colorado, 98 goals for in 33 games. Or, excuse me, 70 goals for in 31 games. FC Dallas have 98 goals for in 33 games.
At least so far in this tournament, FC Dallas, between these two squads, is the only team to score in the first half. They had a couple early goals, but again, the majority of them do come late. On the flip side, Real has not scored a single goal in the first half so far in the group stages, but we'll see if that will change today with the quarterfinals on the line.
So this one slid inside for Reyes, who played in the U17 World Cup for Mexico. Gets it off for Torres. She tries one from distance, but Makowitz is there to make the save.
Makowitz made that look so easy because she was already positioned in goal. Her feet were set, and all she had to do is have good hand security with that save.
Real Colorado come in unbeaten in their last 8. 6-0-2. No goals against not only these playoff games, but their final game of the regular season as well. So 4 games with clean sheets in a row for this Real Colorado side. Finished their season back on May 19th, so at a month before these Development Academy playoffs. Spent that time scrimmaging against collegiate alumni of Real Colorado as well as the U19 team. And also the week before the playoffs, U20 internationals and Real Colorado alumni Jalen Howe and Sophie Smith came in for training. And just for good measure, they brought Ashley Sanchez along with them. So good competition for these girls going into the playoffs, and they've navigated it well. And now they're looking to go forward for Real Colorado.
Great little footwork there by Bundy to be able to secure the ball, spin out, and even as she's distributing, getting that pressure from behind, still able to get that pass to her teammates' feet.
It's a good job by Richards to get back and win the ball for FC Dallas. Now she shields. Can't get by her though. Is a real lockdown defender along this near side. And now it's Real Colorado who look to possess as they will hit the reset button in the 4th minute through their captain, Buck. Head coach Jared Spire saying that Buck and Porter in the back are the real anchors of this team. As Bundy is able to poke it around the defender, and now she's looking to run in the channel. Has support out wide, now she'll slide it through. This is a good run. 3 players in the box to get on the end of this, and very nearly getting on the end of it was Real Colorado attacker. Off the post it comes, and cleared away from the scramble by FC Dallas.
What an incredible run by Joella there. Took off, had looks like flames come out of her feet, how quickly she moved down that line. Great ball inside, just unfortunate to hit the post.
Now the offside flag is going to go up against FC Dallas as they look to hit on the counter. But two teams, we talk about their defensive prowess, both of them having golden opportunities inside these first 4 minutes.
This part of it too is just getting the jitters out, both teams trying to feel each other out, and again, it's a quarterfinal, it's exciting. A ticket to Kansas City is on the line, so that's where you're seeing a little bit here and there, just a little bit of franticness, and then as the game continues, you'll start to see teams get in a rhythm and settle and be able to possess more.
Stepping in as Porter, tried to slide it through. One back by Totten. Coming in support is Beyer. She'll hit it over the top. And coming across is Kraft. Her clearance is blocked, but it will be a thrown for FC Dallas.
There's the high pressure there from Bode, trying to win that ball in that corner, trying to pin FC Dallas deep in their own half, trying to win it back and look to go the other way as there's tons of space in the middle, looking to switch the point of attack when they do win it.
So throw in for Guidry. Member of the U16 national team pool, Guidry. She'll get another throw in here. Interstepping by Schubert. One back by Reyes. Stevenson bringing it forward. Will get it out wide. Well, it's a lung bursting run down the far side. Looking for the cross. The ball played back, but recovering is Bundy, and she gets it out wide.
There's the right idea there by Sorrell, trying to go end line and cut it back across near the top of the box. There was the space, just nobody checking into it, as it looked like Ordonez has already made her run in the box more and wasn't able to track back in time to receive that pass.
Sorrell, of course, lives in Texas now, but she was born in San Diego, so a bit of a homecoming for her, and her sider on the attack. Top of the box, Reyes' shot skips through, but it's well handled by Makowitz.
Makowitz again doing a great job of anticipating where the ball is going to be, and as it's being shot, she's already has her feet set and ready to settle and make those easy saves, or she makes them look easy because of her great positioning.
Guidry swept off her foot by Schubert. Bode gets it inside, and it's one back by Kraft. Well, FC Dallas talks a lot about family. Shelby Kraft's older brother, Coy Kraft, played for FC Dallas until this year as one of their 22 homegrown signings. And it's really cool. You go through and you read about these FC Dallas players, and I'd say about 90% of this U16-17 girls team said their favorite FC Dallas player was Coy Kraft. Into the box. And it's Makowitz's ball.
There's a good run up top as Richards was trying to just cut inside to get a flick on, but that was great defending by Byers to be able to shield her off, not allow her to get inside and get a flick on, and allowing Makowitz to come out and secure the ball.
Reyes. Sorrell. Reyes again forward, unable to find Ordonez. U17 international Ordonez has 28 goals in just 17 appearances this season for FC Dallas. And this is Guidry. She's being hounded by Schubert. Able to get inside, nice little touch off from Reyes. And FC Dallas will continue to work it around the back. It's a possession-oriented, quick transitioning team. Likes to be creative in attack and hard-nosed defensively. You've seen that so far. They're just 2 goals away from the century mark going forward, while only giving up 31 goals in 33 games with 13 shutouts this season on the defensive side for FC Dallas. 3rd best record in the regular season.
So right now for FC Dallas, a lot of their passes are just too square or too direct. That's where they need to get into the supporting angles a bit quicker and create those options rather than trying to force it or play too flat. And as we've seen a couple times already, players in the midfield have been picking them off. And that's where they need to just adjust again, get their rhythm, know their positioning, and be able to distribute that way and build up into the attack.
I sound like a broken record, but I'm going to say it again. The wind picking up here in Oceanside. It's been swirling around for these last 2 weeks. So Ordonez dispossessed. Schubert gets it inside for Bode. Over the top as Schubert continues her run. Does Wada keep it in? Guidry squares up to her. Schubert gets a step, puts it into the mix, and it's cleared away by Stevenson.
Great step by Stevenson there to anticipate that ball coming in. She stepped up before Totten was able to just get a poke on it.
So this will be a throw-in for Bayer. Parker, Colorado native, making her 28th appearance of the season. One back by Guidry. Stevenson to clear. Into touch. It'll be a throw-in for Real Colorado in the 10th minute. What is the third meeting between these two clubs? They met in Colorado back on September 23rd with a 3-2 win for FC Dallas. And FC Dallas would win the return match on March 10th, 4-1 in Dallas. Really hard to beat a very good team 3 times in a row. That's the trick FC Dallas is going to have to pull off here if they're to make their way to Kansas City. Porter plays catch with her keeper. Was looking out wide for Bayer coming back, but it will be a throw-in for FC Dallas as high pressure pays off.
So great high pressure there from Ordonez and Richards, being able to just shift their body, force them one direction, and get that last step in as the ball was coming in, forcing that long ball out as there's that high pressure situation.
Ordonez puts it across, and it'll be a goal kick for Makowitz and Real Colorado.
So Ordonez there trying to get that cross off, but before she even took that touch, that's where you're seeing the players for FC Dallas, and rather than getting more of an angle to support, they're just too flat. They're having too straight of lines, and that's where they're not able to pass as much as they want to, because it's almost as if they're hiding behind defenders.
It's an FC Dallas side that won a national title last year before coming into the inaugural season of the Girls Development Academy. Real Colorado to go forward in the 12th minute. Bundy wins the free kick.
Great first touch by Bundy when that ball came in, settled up the inside her foot, dropped it right in stride, and was able to work her way forward and get a free kick.
It's Buck who will take. Five players lined up across the top of the 18, now make their way in. Bode can't get there before Gracia. And that was a heavy collision. Both players getting up though. Referee John Tuggle coming over to make sure they're okay.
So Bode looks a bit shaken up there. That was a big collision between Bode and Gracia. As there's Gracia coming out, Bode wasn't even aware that Gracia was coming off her line that quickly as she was trying to look at the ball. And that's where it looks a lot worse. It almost gets whiplash in a way because she didn't anticipate Gracia coming out of her line.
Great goalkeeping. Brave challenge from both of those players. And even the FC Dallas coaching staff telling us something we had already heard from the Real Colorado coaching staff, is that Megan Bode is a special player.
And we see this entire team likes to be physical, but that's a player especially where Bode is solid in the midfield due to not only her foot skill, but her tenacity.
This will be a throw-in for Guidry. Good shielding as this ball comes back for Guidry. Unable to turn. Off a Schubert last, throw-in for FC Dallas. Reyes pops it over the top. Ordonez able to get there before Buck, but Porter will let this roll for her keeper. Schubert wins the first header. Second ball won by Totten. This one asking Totten to chase. Kraft is there, and she'll guide it back to her keeper. Good ball outside for Odom. Forward for Sorrell. Sorrell, in her 4th year with FC Dallas, loses out, and it's Bode to turn. Has a step on McCutcheon. Tries to play it forward, but it's good reading of the game from Stevenson to step in and win it back for FCD. Sorrell chasing.
With this type of wind, that ball, when you try to chip it up like that, it's just going to hang up in the air, as we saw. If it wasn't windy, I think that ball would have went towards the midline.
McCutcheon gets it into the box, looking for the return ball, poked away from her. That's a good ball in from Guidry. Flicked on. Ordonez trying to shield in the box. Helps it on to Reyes. She's looking for a half yard of space. Won't be able to find it. Now turns. Still looking. A great job by Real Colorado not allowing the cross off. They do have to concede a corner kick, though. That's the first of the game for FC Dallas.
This is where you're seeing that chess match style, where it's each time they're trying to get in one way, there is Real Colorado closing the gap as quickly as it appeared. Then they're forcing them out wide, and you see FC Dallas just trying to recycle and find another way to keep moving that ball until that gap opens up again.
This one drilled into the 6. The chance is on. Saved on the line. Ordonez turning again. Able to get it off. And it will be a goal kick as flying through was Sydney Richards, but her shot was blocked.
Great defensive stop there by Porter, just getting her body in front of it. And there's the replay, though, of the corner kick and just the scramble where both sides, each time one's trying to get to goal, there's another player blocking it there. Again, just Real knowing where each player is, how to fit the gap. Every time they think there's a seam, there's a player sitting in there anticipating that ball through.
Oh, Dornia's hit the first one well. Totten and Porter were in the vicinity to make the block. And this is Totten. Over the top for Bode. Lovely touch to bring it down. She gets it back into the midfield. This is Wessler. Just a bit too far ahead of the run of Bayer, so it'll be a throw-in for FC Dallas in the 17th minute. Ordonez battling with Porter. Gets it back to Buck. Buck in a little bit of trouble. This is Ordonez. Ordonez just over the top. It's a good save from Makowitz, who got a touch on the way. Second corner kick of the game for FC Dallas.
Great pressure from Ordonez there, being able to put that high pressure. There's just a maybe getting caught on the grass. There's Ordonez pulling that ball away towards her left foot, going wide, gets the shot off, and what a save to be able to deflect it over the bar and forcing a corner kick.
You can't dilly-dally on the ball against the high pressure of this FC Dallas team.
Same Makowitz there, even though she just made a great save, she looks like it was nothing, like it didn't even phase her.
This time the corner kick will come in from the far side. That's another dangerous ball in. Makowitz got a touch. It's Ordonez who's on it. Her shot is charged down. And then Richards can't get there before Makowitz.
It looks like Bundy was able to block Ordonez's shot that time. Again, every time there's a shot opening, there's somebody in Real closing it as quickly as it came, deflecting that ball. And good recovery by Makowitz, who made the initial save pushing that ball out, then was able to get back and make that diving save to secure it.
Well defended by Bayer, not allowing Richards to get in behind the back line. As there's another look. And then McCutcheon well shielded off the ball by Porter, allowing Makowitz to fall on it. Now space down the far side. This is Bode weaving her way to the top of the box. Still going Bode. Out wide for Holmes. And her cross is deflected and will be the first corner kick of the game for Real Colorado.
Great footwork again from Bode, being able to drive down. Looks like she megged the player at one point too. Then able to dish it off to try to work it around in that box. And getting the shot off there was Joella to earn the corner kick for her team.
So this is Holmes who comes over to take the corner kick.
No free runners. Come on. Nico, one step to your back.
Driven into the near post. Gracia missed it. FC Dallas able to head it clear.
Find a D. Between her and the ball.
Porter wins it back for Real Colorado. Beyer. Loose ball picked up by Sorrell. And she goes down. And the referee will call for the free kick.
So you had to call that there as Sorrella was taking off to goal and the foul committed, preventing her from continuing her path.
It's a good job to seize on that loose ball by Sorrell. Had she not been taken down, she would have been in clean on goal.
So that's a situation there where you saw they were trying to skip one player and go all the way to the other side. In that situation, the wind, I think, just had that ball die bound, and that allowed Sorrella to be able to intercept that pass and go forward.
5 players getting ready to charge the box for FC Dallas. And it's a shot on goal, and it wasn't far off.
Good take, good idea there. Looked like she was going for that corner pocket and just missed it, though.
So it'll be a goal kick for Makowitz. Ordonez has been a handful so far, but it's 0-0 through 21 plus minutes. Both teams have had their chances. Real Colorado had a shot go off the post. Forward by Beyer. One back by Guidry. Skips by the challenge of Bode. And muscles through the challenge of Beyer. Trying to slip it inside for Sorrell. Richards won the header, but it will roll all the way through for Makowitz.
A good idea there by Guidry, and you see the strength that she has. That she's going into the tackle, and that ball still just sits right on her foot, able to push it through, tries to slit it across just a little bit too much, and the deflection, though, worked in her favor where it was getting in behind the defense, just nobody able to follow up as Makowitz came off her line.
Ordonez controls. Players pouring forward in white. McCutcheon unable to escape the attention of Schubert.
Schubert there, just a smart little play as she's able to deflect it off of Reyes to get a throw in for her team, allow her team to settle for a moment as it was a very high pressured situation, and now they're able to work it out again.
Closed down by Richards. Richards puts it across. Ordonez! Ordonez! And almost tucked home at the back post. Sorrell just unable to direct it goalwards, but she was there to pounce.
Great defensive work by Richards to win that ball. Gets end line, gets her hips around to cut it back outside the 6, right to the feet of Ordonez. Great footwork there from Ordonez to cut to her left. And on that rebound, it was so close to be able to just poke it in the back of the net. Was Sorrell waiting for that ball, just couldn't get the right foot over a bit more. A very dangerous opportunity there.
This is Richards again. Played through Richards, almost touched it on for Ordonez. And it's a great job by Schubert to come back and help out her defense, which has been rocking just a bit in the last 5 minutes.
Say good read by Porter there, anticipating they were trying to play that ball between the 4-5 or between the two center backs, but Porter makes that step to block that ball out and push it away from her goal.
So it'll be Byers throwing.
Let's go, White!
Reyes. Buck gets there before Ordonez. Sorrell heads it forward. Buck is there to mop up again. It'll be a throw in for Real Colorado in the 25th minute. Holmes plays it forward. Great job to come back and win that ball by Totten. That's good target play. And now Joella looking to go down the far side. FC Dallas closed that avenue, but they concede a free kick.
That's where you like to see Real provide a bit more support. It looked like Joella was in a 2v1, and you didn't see many players off the ball checking too or trying to give her an option to play out of there.
The spaces open up on the far side. Joella's ball in, skips all the way through. Byer back to the top of the box. Stepping in to win it is Kraft. The center back flying forward. Pokes it along for Sorrell. Has Ordonez to her right. Sorrell looking to cut inside. Richards has joined in as well. This is into the path of Richards. And a tremendous tackle coming in from Leah Byer.
Great work by Sorrell to get down that left flank, cuts it inside. You know she wants to go inside. She gets it off and plays it to the foot of Ordonez, who tried to lay it, let the ball continue its path, switching to the other side. Richards looked like she may have just got caught up there on the grass.
Into Ordonez. She's looking to turn. Quick fire shot. And Makowitz had to apply gloves.
See, Ordonez keeps liking to turn of that favored left foot, and Makowitz was able to anticipate that and was in the position again, waiting for that shot to come at her.
Flicked on for Schubert to chase. Has the beating of Guidry. This is Schubert. Schubert! Flashes just wide of that far post. But that is how quickly Real Colorado can hit you on the break.
And that's exactly what they love to do. Multiple times they've had goals where there's a save from Makowitz. She plays it up the field quickly as the team is retreating. FC Dallas not in their defensive shape, and Real loves to exploit that. And you see the explosiveness from Schubert. Out of nowhere, just takes off, takes a touch, has a great angle to set herself up for the shot, going opposite post, just skips a bit wide. But that's the danger Real has on those quick counters.
Oh, what a lovely touch that was. Richards, Byers able to get a foot in. Forward again for Richards, and this time it's Porter to make the clearance, but it'll be a free kick as Ordonez was brought to ground.
So the center ref there just waiting to see if advantage may continue if Richards was able to get that ball again, but since it wasn't, there's the set piece opportunity once again, as we saw Ordonez just missed the first time she had a free kick opportunity.
Just gonna say this one's from distance, but we know she can hit him. So Makowitz and her defense will have to be aware of both the service and the shot. Four-woman wall for Real Colorado. Movement at the top of the box. It's Ordonez who goes for goal, but drives it over.
So you know where Ordonez is looking to go. She's had 2 free kicks now on that far side, trying to go to the opposite post or near side corner based on your screen, trying to hit it in that pocket.
Makowitz plays the goal kick short. It's Lexi Porter to bring it out of the back. Another throw in for Guidry. One back by Bode. Headed away by McCutcheon. McCutcheon's been with FC Dallas since 2009. Good hold-up play from Sorrell. The space is opened up for Reyes on the far side. Crosses in, stooping header clear. Joella, picked off by Torres.
Great block there from Bundy, just getting her body behind it, slowing the play down. And again, you see with FC Dallas trying to build up that left flank, once they go towards the middle, you've got lots of players sitting in, waiting for that ball and picking it up every time they anticipate where it's going to be played.
On the half-hour mark in Oceanside, 0-0 in this U16-17 girls quarterfinal matchup between FC Dallas and Real Colorado. Bundy gets it back. Holmes over the top. Great read by Schubert. Now in a battle with Guidry. Schubert wins it. Bit too much mustard on that pass for Totten. Kraft will get it back to her keeper.
Schubert's speed is so impressive, where she goes from 0 to 90, I feel like, in a split second. And that's a dangerous threat on that left side in favor for Real. And that's where you've got Guidry there just having to be always constantly aware of somebody just coming behind her to pick her pocket.
This one comes back for Buck, who will use her keeper. Makowitz. On a missed clearance, it falls for Ordonez, and Buck is able to recover.
Good effort there from Buck to, once she gives up that ball, able to recover quickly, just deflects it. As you know, Ordonez, anytime she's near that box, she's going to go to goal. As you see, she's trying to do everything she can to give her team an early lead going into halftime.
So Guidry comes all the way over from her right back position to take this one. Stevenson is making her way into the box from her center back position. 6 players inside the 6 for FC Dallas. Torres is hanging out at the top of the box. Real Colorado have everyone inside the 18 to defend. And catching it just over the head of Ordonez is Makowitz. Well, she made that one look easy in a mass of bodies. Bode. Bundy gets it back. Buck slides it out wide. This is Jace Holmes. Neatly intercepted by McCutcheon. Does so well to find that little space in the pocket and show for the ball. Get it right back. Now Holmes loses out to Sorrell. Sorrell has a step on her. Holmes trying to track back. Sorrell steps inside of her, puts it across. Richards is there, and it will fall just on the wrong side of the crossbar from an FC Dallas perspective.
Sorrell doing a great job so far in this half, being able to get down towards the end line, cutting back quickly to then have great services into the box. There's that quick cut again, attacking the heels of Holmes to then have a great surface in towards Richards. Good save though, or good opportunity there, just being able to get that touch. Great pressure from Bayer, who chased her, followed her player to force a corner.
4th corner kick of the game for FC Dallas. Whipped it. Header from Stevenson. Now Totten. Still battling Totten. Trying to shield off Odom. And eventually runs out of room on the near side. Long throw cut off. One back by Bode. Too far for Totten. And back to sweep up for FC Dallas is Kraft. Gets it over to Stevenson. The Murphy Texas native flying into the gap. And that ball too far in front of Sorrell. But it will be a throw in the deepest part of the field for Real Colorado. FC Dallas have a chance to step up and lock in here. McCutcheon able to muscle boat off the ball. It's a nice 1-2. McCutcheon continues to run in the channel. To the top of the box, she goes for the far post.
Great work from McCutcheon there. She was able to win that ball in the midfield, penetrate through the gap, breaking that line, cuts it back, takes a good shot. Great look, and she's trying to catch Makowitz out of balance, but just goes a bit wide with that shot. She's showing that if you're going to give her a bit of space, 20 yards or so out, that she's going to try to punish you for it.
Buck slide it over to her center back partner in Porter. Byer. FC Dallas beginning to squeeze as Porter goes over the top for Schubert. Good interception from Reyes. Both players will be called over. As both were grabbing the jersey. The free kick will go the way of Real Colorado. John Tuggle just asking for calm. A good battle.
See, both teams are physical, and that's where they're just trying to get that extra step. It's good physicality on both sides, just going for the ball.
Reyes and Wessler shook hands. This will be FC Dallas's ball. Porter cuts off Ordonez, chases the back pass, forces Makowitz to clear it out. Schubert brings it down with a velvet touch. Boda unable to weave her way through. Odom gets it inside for McCutcheon. Out wide for Sorrell. This is a step on Holmes, who gets the foot in to not allow the cross off, but it's the 5th corner kick of the game for FC Dallas.
We'll see at the moment, you've got Guidry and Odom switching sides, and Odom showing that she has quite the long throw to jumpstart this attack. Able to switch the point of attack, going the other way to Sorrell, who was able to earn a corner. But again, great recovery there by Holmes to stick her foot out and prevent that ball from going across the box.
This one lofted toward the back post and cleared off by the player who was hugging that near post.
It's a great goal line save there by Holmes, I believe, in their position, hugging that post, and that's why you like to have players on the post line, so she can just deflect that ball out with their left foot. Great defensive positioning by Holmes, great composure that it's coming at her towards the net, just clears it out of danger.
Oh my gosh, they just texted me. We can hear y'all on
Crafts packs is picked off by Wessler, but she'll get it back. Gracia. McCutcheon. Ordonez. Sorrell blocks the cross, puts it across. He'll go out for a goal kick, but McGrubb applauding the high pressure as Sorrell did a great job to block that clearance and then played a dangerous ball across. Just nobody able to latch onto it at the back post.
There's a great example of that build-up possession style play that we know FC Dallas has. Playing 1-2 touch, just keep making little patterns up the field. And when Sorrell with the high pressure winning it back, you saw there it looked like it was Reyes just sitting, waiting for that ball back. So that's where if she'd just been able to recognize that you've got a player near the top of the box just waiting for an open spot rather than going across, maybe it could have been a better opportunity. You saw she was looking for Ordonez, making that overlapping run to the far side.
Porter. Holmes. Joella. Sorella picks her pocket and shields it out of bounds for an FCD throw-in.
Sorella's been putting in great work on that side. Anytime you're seeing they're trying to build up Real on that right side, there's Sorella winning that ball back and gaining possession for her team.
Sent in for Ordonez. Beautiful one touch over to Sorella. She pops it back in the middle. And Ordonez arriving just a bit too late as it rolls out for a goal kick. Beautiful combination play in very tight spaces for FC Dallas.
And that's where they're starting to get their rhythm. They're starting to relax and be comfortable and not panic. And now you're starting to see that combination play. And Torres trying to get that one-time ball across again. They're looking for that player on that far side. Whenever they're on the left, can they go out to the right and find that open player? It's just an inch off at this point. So that's something to look for, especially in the second half. Are they able to get that switch and find that player open on the back post?
Reyes, Torres, McCutcheon. Slides it inside. Richards, top of the box. This is Torres. So close to picking out the opening goal for FC Dallas. Skips just wide of that near post. And Torres did such a good job to make that late delayed run to the top of the box and get her shot off.
You see Dallas now is finding their comfort, putting on the high pressure. And there it is again, Torres, just a quick cut to her left side, tries to go back across her body, trying to beat Makowitz, who is shifting over to her right, then goes back to her left. Great idea from Torres. Makowitz, though, making that dive, trying to secure that post just in case it gets there.
You can understand why Makowitz is a part of the 2001 national team pool based on some of the saves she's made this afternoon.
And even on that replay, it looks like she was going to reach out, then pulled her hands up once she realized it was going wide. So great awareness on her part to say, it's not going to go in. Let me pull my hands back so I get a goal kick rather than deflecting it and possibly giving up a rebound.
Safety first from Buck. She had Guidry bearing down on her, and it will be a throw-in for Guidry. Inside for Sorrell. She went to have a hit, just didn't get enough purchase on the shot as it rolls into Makowitz.
Looks like there, I'm not sure if her foot was able to drop in enough to make more contact with the ball. She may have just missed that ball as it dipped quicker than she anticipated.
Guidry wins the punt. Holland Torres, who spent time with the U15 national team, gets it out wide. Stevenson rolls it forward for Sorrell. Beautifully lets it go. This is Sorrell darting into the box. Sorrell to put it across, and coming over to make the block was Buck.
Say that's several times now. Whenever Sorrell is going down that left flank, you've got numbers crashing into that back post, and there's a spot open. If you drop back towards the top of the box, that's where you need a player running in there to receive that ball and get a shot on frame. Just missing that trailing player following up the play quick enough.
Sixth corner kick of the game for Guidry and FC Dallas. Ordonez's header, and it's cleared off the line again, this time by Lexi Porter.
Great defensive stop by Porter as that header was coming in hot. Porter just redirects it and away from her net as well. Great awareness, great defending by Porter. And here's the replay again as it goes up. There's Ordonez getting up and over. Porter just getting her head up and deflecting it to her right so it goes around the net.
This one will drop on the top of the net. This will be a goal kick for Real Colorado. Their defense is bended but not broken here in this first half, as it remains 0-0 between the two Frontier Division sides.
See, a lot of times Real, when they are gaining possession, they're trying to go from the defense and they're skipping the middle line. What I would like to see is try to get more combination play in the middle and exploiting that option there rather than skipping the lines. And here they go now, playing into the middle for the first time in what feels like 10 minutes.
Well, I think they were listening to you. Totten showed a bit too much of it to McCutcheon. Slides it in for Ordonez. U17 national team player lays it back. And coming back to pick it off is Schubert. Kraft steps in over the top to Ordonez. Buck was able to get a touch, but it's Reyes. Reyes overran it. McCutcheon was able to win it off of Wessler, but Wessler does a great job to get back. Reyes able to skip away from her, leaves it off for Ordonez. Ordonez running right at the heart of the defense, and her shot wasn't far off.
Great work there from Reyes and Ordonez, being able to win those battles in the middle, continuously fighting. And once Ordonez gets that ball, she penetrates forward with that first touch, breaking that midfield line, finding the gap in front of the defense, and cracks a shot.
Into the final minute of what looks to be heading towards a 0-0 first half, but it's one of those, Danielle, where you look and you say, this is a very enjoyable scoreless half.
That, and like we were saying, you're seeing both sides playing the way they want to. Both sides having several opportunities to put one away, but like I mentioned in the pregame, I had a feeling it was going to be more goals in the second half, as both teams, if they do get one, it's going to be just one late.
Oh, look at that for a flick on from Ordonez. Sorella's in, and a great job by Jace Holmes to shield it off for her keeper. No stoppage time needed here, as it's 0-0 between FC Dallas and Real Colorado at the half
The
of
score
this
at
quarterfinal
halftime,
matchup.
FC Dallas 0,
Thoughts on the first
Real
45,
Colorado
Danielle
0.
D'Avanzo?
I would say it's kind of what I expected, to see that both sides at the beginning were a bit frantic, and that's where you saw those early opportunities as a result of just jitters. Then they started to get their rhythm. You see Real's style where wave after wave comes at them, and they're able to be able to plug the gaps at the last moment, forcing shots that are maybe the players are off balance or it's going wide and over because they're not set the way they want to. And you saw several times as well those quick counters, with the closest one coming from Schubert, who just nearly missed that. And on the flip side, FC Dallas getting their rhythm, having their possession style, trying to cross it into the box. But that's where I think, again, they're missing just that trailing runner where you see 3 or 4 players making a run towards that far post. You need a player dropping in so you can find that gap that's opening up, because the defense right now of Real is recognizing they're trying to go across and just positioning themselves accordingly.
Well, no score, but plenty of goal mouth action, as it's 45 minutes down, 45 minutes to go, and we'll have the second half for you on USSoccerDA.com. 0-0 as we head into the final 45 minutes of regulation and extra time if necessary in this quarterfinal match between FC Dallas and Real Colorado. It's Real Colorado who will get us back underway. Substitutions to tell you about at halftime is coming out is Jace Holmes for Real Colorado to be replaced by Jackie Lassiter. Her first order of business will be to defend. So the space is opened up on the far side. Driven in, shot blocked, and cleared away. The other end, a goalie switch for FC Dallas as Michaela Gracia comes out and she's replaced by Sadie McGill. McGill making her 26th appearance of the season.
Well, already we're seeing Lassiter is shutting down that left side for her team. She's being able to play that left back position. It's gotten several clearances already, just starting within 30, 40 seconds of this game.
Sorrell flying down the wing, gets the inline, looking to pull it back. And there's Lassiter making the challenge. It's another corner kick for FC Dallas. 8th of the game already.
So in FC Dallas, they had the momentum going into halftime. This is where they need to bring that high pressure, high energy right away and try to put one in early to continue building that momentum. On the flip side, Real had time to adjust, regroup, get their shape, and what they need to look is can they win the ball and counter quickly. If they score early, it's just shutting down FC Dallas's momentum.
It's good ball played in. Makowitz came out and was able to punch to safety. Odom will get it back out wide. Another cross in. The header and a deflection took the sting out of it. Makowitz catches and quickly rolls it out for Bode. Good goalkeeping from Makowitz. And great spin from Bode. This is Bode again. A good job to keep possession for Real Colorado in the midfield as Bundy gets it out wide. Schubert to thread it through, and Bayer just unable to keep it in. It'll be a goal kick.
Here's that replay again, off the corner kick. Getting the save is Makowitz, who was able to sit on her line and decide to stay home and then come out when she saw the appropriate timing, which is huge. Where sometimes you see keepers when they initially come out on the first save that we didn't see there, they stay out and they don't get back quickly. She made that first save, quickly backpedaled, and was already set, anticipating the second ball in. But on the flip side, you have Real. We're finally seeing that build-up being played through the three center midfielders there, the 6-8-10s, which was lacking, I feel, a lot in the first half.
Guidry able to win it off of Joella. Spins her well. Now we'll hold up. Looking over the top for Sorrell. Takes it off the foot of Porter. Now running at Porter, Sorrell. And a great job by Bayer to come back and help out Porter. Ordonez comes over to win it back for FC Dallas. Correction, Richards. Richards, and it sneaks in. FC Dallas have their goal in 49 minutes as they strike early into the second half.
That's where you see the double team there as Richards was initially applying that pressure, or Sorrell, excuse me, was applying that pressure. There's Richards just coming in, pokes the ball, is double teaming, does the effort to keep it in.
Richards.
She's able to serve the ball inside, looking for Ordonez. It was just a deflection there that catches Makowitz off guard, as she didn't anticipate that direction, getting just a bit bobbled there, as initially it looked like Buck was trying to head it away, just deflected the wrong way. Now an early lead now in the second half for FC Dallas. Their high pressure efforts paying off.
Bayer unable to keep it in bounds. Ordonez checking in. Buck wins it. Richards to the second ball. Bode stretching to get it away from Guidry. She'll recover. And Bode forces her out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in for Real Colorado. What will the response be from Hannah Joella and Real Colorado? Bayer will take this throw-in. Joella cuts inside of Stevenson. Guidry got a touch. Stevenson clears only as far as Byer. And this will go over the end line. It will be a goal kick for FC Dallas in the 50th minute.
So Real just needs to reset their shape and stay composed. It's the first goal that they've allowed this entire tournament. Now they need to respond, remember how to stay strong in their formation. Unlucky deflection there, nothing they can really do in that regard, so they need to just shake it off, get back to high pressure. Can they build up and get those early looks, or when they make the saves in the back, can they counter quickly?
This is Totten. Left it on for Wessler. Joella. Got around Guidry, but coming over to help is Stevenson. The ball went out, and it will be a corner kick for Real Colorado.
Great work from Joella there to keep pressuring, getting that ball, trying to serve it in. Was able to get the deflection in her favor. So now we'll see what they can do with their first corner kick of the second half.
Buck has gotten up from the back. She's lurking at the far post. Corner kick to be taken by Bundy. It's played toward that back post. Keeper gets a touch, and it's swept clear. Ordonez working on Lassiter. Lassiter matches her step for step and wins the free kick.
Great defending from Lassiter. The second half sub coming on, making an impact. And again, every time Ordonez was trying to penetrate forward, you saw Lassiter was step in step with her. Eventually sees that big touch, gets right in front, and forces the foul.
Guidry coming off for FC Dallas. Be replaced by Sydney Block. Block in her second year with FC Dallas.
Substitution in the 52nd
Lives
minute
in Frisco,
for FC
Texas.
Dallas.
Was born in
Entering the
Redondo
game,
Beach,
number 9, Sydney
just
Block.
south of LA.
Replacing
Only
number
about an hour and a half
17,
north of
Samara
here.
Guidry.
Smartly shielded out of bounds by Richards. It was her cross that led to FC Dallas's opening goal. Not sure the official scoring, whether she'll get credit for it or whether it's going to be an own goal on Ashley Buck. Nevertheless, FC Dallas have the 1-0 lead. Ordonez brings it down. Great challenge from Lexi Porter. Block's first involvement is a header. Now she's making a run on the overlap. Slides it inside for Ordonez. Porter gets there first. But Ordonez will get the free kick.
So that was just because Porter came in from behind, and as she poked her foot through, trying to get it between the legs, Ordonez was turning, and that's where it's just going to be a foul called.
So it's Block who will take. A 16-year-old making her 30th appearance for FC Dallas this season. Reyes battling on the far side, but it will go out for a Real Colorado goal kick.
Maya, organize it right now in front of you.
Wind has picked up again, which I'm sure is offering relief to these players. Still have to think about your flight of the ball when you want to play it in the air. Block pushes it forward. That's a good idea from Torres on the combination. But Richards didn't take off down the line, so it's going to be a throw-in for Byer. Been really impressed with Byer's defending in this game. Not only the way she shuts down one-on-one, but she's gotten some very important blocks in as well.
So the entire back line, including her, have been able to anticipate where the play is going, and they kind of force the ball to go where they want it, keep them in front, and forcing players to take shots from distance.
Ordonez
Sid, get in!
Little touch on for Sorrell. One-time hit into the side netting. There's that link-up play, though, between Ordonez and Sorrell, and it almost proved deadly.
And that's where FC Dallas, they have possession on one side, and that's where you want to look to do the quick switch, let the ball move quickly, because you're now forcing Real to shift, and can you shift quicker than them? They have players open on that far side just waiting with those runs wide, and that's where Real is trying to shift quickly, but that's where if the ball's moving quicker, it makes it harder for Real and a little bit easier for FC Dallas to get those opportunities.
This one will roll all the way through for McGill. Stevenson to bring it out of the back for FC Dallas. Richards turns. Block. This is Stevenson. Inside for Richards. Byers gets a foot in. Bode weaves her way through and gets it out wide. Joella continues it on for Bode. And Richards able to poke it over the touchline. So it'll be a thrown for Real Colorado. And it'll be a substitution for Real Colorado. I believe it's Bode who's coming off. Be replaced by Haley Harnish. So Harnish in for her 30th appearance of the season, has 12 goals on the year, Harnish. This one popped in, and it's the equalizer.
We've already seen in this tournament how Real is able to take advantage of set pieces there. And it's just a quick long ball over the top as a quick play in. Just getting that touch is Schubert as she's able to just deflect it, catch McGill off guard.
Goal.
That's all a result of just a quick throw in to get the play started, catching FC Dallas out of position. And great effort from Schubert to just get a foot on it, poke that ball in to equalize this.
Entering the game, number 13, Haley Harnish. Replacing number 7, Meg Bode.
Well, we talked about the fact that Real Colorado will usually hit you quickly. And that's exactly what they did off of the throw-in.
We can add that as another goal that they've scored in the second half throughout this tournament.
6 goals in the playoffs now for Real Colorado, all of them coming in the second frame. So Richards gets the block, but Buck will get it away at the second time of asking. Kraft steps in. Now Kraft venturing into the attack. This is Reyes. And Kraft wanted to try her luck. Ambitious effort. Goes over the crossbar, and it'll be a goal kick for Makowitz.
Quite ambitious there, as you mentioned. Looked to be about, what would you say, 40 yards out with that strike? That's where maybe she had the time to settle. Maybe she can look to try to pass and move rather than force that over the top. It could also have been maybe she saw Makowitz hanging off her line, and she was trying to chip over. But that's, again, where in that situation, maybe you want to keep that ball and build up again. As we've seen, they've done a great job already with their possession on the ground before getting those crosses inside.
Kraft stepped in and won it. Just a bit too far out of Ordonez. And it rolls to Ashley Buck. Buck looking for options over the top. Good ball into the gap for Harnish to chase. It will roll out of bounds for a throw-in for FC Dallas. That was a good idea, though, from Ashley Buck. You love center backs that can play those types of balls.
We've seen Real a lot of times. They like to go from the defense up to the attacking line, skipping the players in the middle. And that's where sometimes you do have that one, the quick counter, but in situations where you see FC Dallas have the ability to set in, that's where maybe look to try to play shorter passes there and build up, use the 6-8-10s in the middle, and then get it out wide.
Won by Bayer. Totten has the ball taken off of her foot. And it's Porter who retrieves, gets it back to her keeper. Buck and Porter are the short options. Makowitz goes long. Lassiter gets it inside for Totten. Buck wants to go over the top again. Kraft with the header away. Good step in from Lassiter. Lassiter still going. Lassiter steps into one and a flying save, and the offside flag is up. The Real Colorado bench is up in arms, does not agree at all with the AR1, Ben Warren out of Oregon. A great job by Lassiter to step in and then cuts inside Kraft. It was a good shot, but matching her was the FC Dallas keeper. Great save from McGill.
Love seeing the defensive players step into the attack. That's Lassiter picking her head up and recognizing that there's a bunch of space there because the FC Dallas back line was dropping and allowing Lassiter to come forward. And that's where she was able to show that she can strike from distance, trying to catch McGill off guard, but McGill stretching out, making that diving save. And unfortunately for Real, the offside call did not go in their favor. So that's where they're going to try to build up again.
Into the gap, headed Joella's ball. This is Harnish. Harnish, Kraft does well. It'll be a corner kick for Real Colorado, their third of the match.
As we see with Harnish coming in, she's now playing that 9 position, and you've got Totten dropping back, being a big presence in the middle now, where anytime they try to play a ball in the middle, that's where she's going to look to post up and get out wide quick. Previously in the game, when she was getting that ball higher up, there wasn't as much support, so now that she's in the middle, she should have more options to play quicker and then help build into the attack.
Totten is coming out to be replaced by Avery Vanderven.
Substitution in the 62nd minute for Real Colorado. Entering the
Vanderven has
game,
1 goal in the playoffs.
number
scoring
10,
the second goal in their
Avery
2-0 win against
Vanderven,
NYCFC
replacing number
on
4,
match day 1.
Lydia Totten.
It's a good ball in. McGill makes the catch. Perhaps too close to the keeper, as it was easy pickings for McGill in the end.
We see McGill has a lot of size, and she has a strong reach, a long arm span as well. So anything in that area, she's going to be able to get her hands up to secure.
Ordonez running right at the heart of the Real Colorado defense. Ordonez goes for the curler, and it took a deflection. Richards keeps it in bounds, puts it back across. The offside flag is up.
Just waiting for Richards to touch that ball before the flag went up there to see if there was an advantage. Ordonez again showing off how quickly that she's able to get low and cut the ball in tight spaces, set herself up for that shot as she tried to strike again. All game we've seen she's been trying to get those shots off. It's one of those where you look and go, is it a matter of time before she's able to convert?
Makowitz's goal kick. Punch forward by Bundy. Harnish chasing Stevenson. Stevenson got a touch, so she can't just shield this out. Well, that's exactly what she's going to do, and it will be a goal kick. I stand corrected. Good shielding from Stevenson to let that go out of bounds. I thought it had hit off her, but it didn't. Stevenson knew better, and she shepherded it out of bounds to give the goal kick to Sadie McGill.
You're seeing that energy from Harnish coming off the bench, being a spark plug up top, just trying to apply that high pressure, forcing FC Dallas to make a mistake out of the back.
Porter wins the header. Sent back the other way. Reyes. And Richards will not catch up to this. It'll be a throw in for Real Colorado.
Does that make sense? So we'll try to press a little higher and keep that ball from getting served.
Hey, you got it, right? Let's get into him a bit.
On the half turn if we don't have pressure.
Byers throwing. Off the head of FC Dallas. And Byer will do it again from about 15 yards further forward. Another throw in from Byer. Headed away again. Let's do it another 15 yards further forward.
Let's say 2 in a row. McCutcheon just getting up, trying to head that ball back where it came from.
Wessler gets it back. Joella unable to step inside Richards. Ordonez. Block wins the throw-in. Will be another throw-in for FC Dallas. Block coming up to take. That's a good turn from Ordonez. Unable to skip past her defender. And this is Vanderven. Forward for Harnish. Leaves it off for Vanderven. McCutcheon did well to get back and win it for FC Dallas. This time it's Lassiter who steps in, and Harnish is offside.
So that's where Harnish on that play, she overstepped when she was initially trying to pressure, and that's where she just got caught offside, unable to retreat quick enough.
Porter wins the header over Ordonez. Inside for Torres. Out wide for Sorrell. Running at Lassiter. Sorrell gets by her. Porter coming over and makes the tackle. Stellar defending from Lexi Porter.
Great strength there from Porter going into that tackle, staying strong, locking her feet, getting her body positioned with a lower stance, and then being able to play the ball forward. Here's again, just gets her position, bends her knees so that way her center of gravity is there, able to just act as a brick wall as Sorrell just had the momentum of her speed carry her off the ball.
I think Jared Spires got it right when he was describing Lexi Porter. He said she is a warrior. We've seen that so far today. Spires ball looking for Harnish. Was able to get the cross off. One by Joella. Taken off of her foot. And it's Torres to go the other way for FC Dallas in the 68th minute. This is Reyes. Sorrell, well, it's the second time she's used that move to great effect. And Lassiter, rather, was able to get a foot on that cross. Wessler, good shielding from her. Schubert gets it inside. Intercepted by Block. Helped on for Richards.
That's where Real there needs to see that there's a lot of space created because their attacking players are up high. They have to check back quicker.
Torres puts it across, and it's cleared by Porter. Joella looking to run at Block. Now over the top for Harnish. In a foot race with Stevenson. Harnish's cross, out of bounds for a goal kick.
It's good tracking back by Stevenson just to apply that pressure, not allowing Harnish to get that cross off.
There's that move from Sorrella, just letting it run through her legs.
It's a great little deception move, just stepping in, having the ball go through your legs with the dummy, and then turning out quick as the defender oversteps. That's one where if you know your defender is going to be pressing high and likes to go through it, that's where you just do that little deception because you know she's going to overstep. Now you're able to turn and get that space in behind.
This is good skill from Ordonez. Long ball looking for Richards. Spire gets there first, and Porter was able to clear it away from Sorrell. Into the 70th minute. Deadlocked at 1. McCutcheon wins the header. Sent back the other way by Bundy. Bought down by Vanderven. Able to escape the pressure of 3 FC Dallas players and roll it out wide for Bayer. And Block will let this one roll out of bounds for a goal kick.
So Real there, when they get the ball in the middle and they go out wide, they keep trying to just go down that flank and trying to get the cross. And you're seeing FC Dallas is anticipating that and shifting over. That's where if you go down the flank a couple times, can we just cut back and go the other way and switch quickly, or try to play that diagonal ball in the gap between the center back and the right back, or in the opposite way.
One by Bundy. Block heads it the other way. Torres helps it on to Reyes. Good shielding from Reyes. Wessler hounding her, and Wessler was too tactile for the referee's liking. So free kick in the 71st minute.
My apologies. I would say Wessler there was just trying to reach too much, and that's where you want to hold your position, hold your stance, just force the player wide. In that situation, she's trying to poke it for the quick counter, but if she's going away from you, play smart. Don't give them a free kick.
Space for Vanderven to run. Off for Schubert. Top of the box for Harnish. Kraft came out to disrupt her. She's able to get the ball out wide for Schubert. Schubert's cross is blocked by McCutcheon. Looking forward for Sorrell. Lassiter gets there first. And it will be a throw-in, despite cries from the Real Colorado bench, feeling that Lassiter was fouled.
That was great defending by McCutcheon there. You saw Schubert was trying to step over the ball and deceive her, but McCutcheon read it, got her body in front, and blocked that cross from going into the box. So there are at least 2 red jerseys inside waiting for the ball to come across to them.
Lassiter was unable to keep it in. Throw-in quickly taken, looking for Ordonez. And there's Porter once again to shut the door. Buck. Such a good job by Byer to back up to give herself that space, and then has the ability to cut inside because of it. And here she is again, Byer. Just couldn't keep it in this time around, though, and the ball will go back to FC Dallas as we head toward the final 18 minutes of regulation. Extra time, if necessary, here in the quarterfinals, followed by a penalty shootout if 30 more minutes can't separate these two sides. Harnish tracks it down. And her cross, nothing to concern Sadie McGill in the FC Dallas goal, as it'll be a goal kick for the Texas side.
You see they're attacking 3 from Real. Love to make those curving runs out to try to get wide, then penetrate as the ball's played over the top, and then trying to cut it back into the box to find players in. That's where you need that midfield for Real to transition quicker. So that way if you see that there's only one player in the box, can we then pass it back and switch it the other way?
Joella so good at running at players. Hannah Joella gets a step on block, puts in a dangerous ball. Wessler arriving, but Kraft gets there first. Good job by Wessler to keep that ball and win the throw-in. Wessler with a useful cross, but McGill is there to make the save.
Good job on McGill there to be able to get her hands up, have that ball cushion into her stomach, and then curve it back in, so that way she doesn't give up a rebound.
Buck, Ordonez chasing her. Block intercepts. Ordonez. Inside for Reyes. To the feet of Richards. And Byers there to make the defensive play once again for Real Colorado. And now the ref should stop play right away as chance of a head injury as Ordonez is down. So Ordonez did take a shot. Take a look here. Just going for the header. The 2 number 10s going up, and she did clash heads with Vanderven.
So it looked like Ordonez, as she was going to head the ball, she got up high and then went downward and headed a player rather than getting the ball. And that's where you want to make sure that she's okay, taking the precautionary measures to make sure that she's okay. Can you take her off. We'll put a player in, as we've said throughout multiple times throughout our broadcast.
Well, it's been a real battle, and now both teams have a chance to get water as there's a stoppage of play in the 75th minute while Ordonez is being checked on.
Ordonez has been a workhorse at the top, being able to check in, post up with that ball and lay it off, combined with her teammates, but also have the ability to take players 1v1 and take a shot herself.
The good news is that the U17 International is up. Favorite national team player is Carly Lloyd, and she plays a little bit like her, doesn't she?
So you can see that her and Carly Lloyd both have the ability to strike from distance when the opportunity arises, and they're both very good in the air. Hopefully Ordonez is able to check back into this game after being evaluated and is cleared to play.
A 1-1, and it's been a real battle here. Now Ordonez going through the concussion protocol, so that means without it counting as a sub, FC Dallas can bring on a player, and it's Vivian Gonzalez who's coming
Temporary
in.
substitution
The number
for
2 for FC Dallas has been with the club
Entering the game,
since
number 2,
2013.
Vivian Gonzalez.
And once
Replacing number
Ordonez
10,
is cleared to come back in,
Danielle Ordonez.
Gonzalez will come back off with the ability to re-enter later in the game.
Now you see in the meantime, it's going to be Richards applying that high pressure and playing as the 9 position as the target forward to be able to hold the ball and distribute or turn and take when she has the opportunity.
Wessler. Swept clear by McCutcheon. That's been all the dirty work done by McCutcheon that has allowed Torres and Reyes to venture forward just behind the front 3. Gotta give credit to McCutcheon, does all the little things right. As the 1-1 stalemate continues between the 3rd best and 4th best defenses in the Development Academy. Stevenson steps in. Buck sends it the other way. Good recognition by Stevenson to let that one go to her keeper.
And good communication by McGill to call her off, tell her don't head it forward. You've got 2-3 players sitting in front of you in red jerseys. Let it go through, let me handle it.
Played in the gap for Joella to chase. And a foot race with Stevenson, and the ball beats both of them out of bounds.
So Joella there was trying to hit that ball back across, maybe getting a deflection off of Stevenson, and Stevenson read it and just pulled her foot up at the last moment, not allowing it to give a quarter.
Good work by Gonzalez. Gets it back from block. Quick passing to escape the pressure. Vanderven continues to apply pressure. The ball comes back in for Gonzalez. Over for Kraft. She's being hassled by Harnish. Harnish continues in. McGill able to clear it away from her, but only as far as Bundy. First touch lets her down, and FC Dallas overtakes. There's Sorrell using that move again, but this time too much pace on the ball, and it rolls out of bounds. Sorrell wins the header. Out of bounds again.
Come on, dig in. Let me see who you are.
Vanderven brings it down. Quickly closed out by 3 FC Dallas defenders, and McCutcheon wins the throw-in. McCutcheon's been with FC Dallas since 2009. This one won back by Real Colorado. Creeping toward the final 10 minutes of regulation.
You see as time's ticking away that both teams are playing a little bit more frantic. You're not seeing as much possession. It's almost a lot of balls in the air more often because they're just trying to kick it and try to force it when they need to both recognize that they have the ability to settle and play.
Harnish steps inside. This is Harnish. It's a gorgeous strike. And Real Colorado are back in front.
Beautiful work from the second half sub. Harnish takes that ball herself as the FC Dallas defense continued to drop back. They allowed her to penetrate forward, cuts inside to beat Kraft, rips it with her right foot over the top of the game in the
81st
beautiful
minute for
footwork,
FC
beautiful
Dallas.
shot by Harnish as she gives her
10,
team a 2-1 lead.
Diana Ordonez.
Ten minutes for FC Dallas to find the equalizer against a very staunch Real Colorado defense. Ordonez has checked back in for Gonzalez. So Ordonez is okay, and they need her for this final push.
And Dallas needs to remember to settle, play to feet, play the possession style they know they have the ability to do.
Block. This is Ordonez. Poked away from her. Only as far as Torres. Torres steps into one, and it will bounce into the arms of Makowitz, who will fall on the ball. And now you got to think will take all 6 seconds every single time she has it in her possession.
That, you know, Real allows teams to shoot from distance as they're comfortable with their ability of Makowitz in the back being able to anticipate where that ball's going to be and being in position to make those saves look so easy.
Popped over the top and out of bounds from Stevenson. It's the Real Colorado side looking to make it 9 games unbeaten in a row and make their way into the semifinals. 6-0-2 heading into this one. They have their noses in front late off of a tremendous solo effort from Haley Harnish, and that strike was a thing of beauty. Haley Harnish scoring her 17th goal of the season. And it could be priceless. It could have Real Colorado heading to Kansas City as one of the top 4 teams in the U16-17 Girls U.S. Soccer Development Academy. This will be a goal kick for Kraft. It's been with FC Dallas since 2012. Pumped forward by Lassiter, headed away by Stevenson. Wessler has all the time in the world. Well stepped in by Block. That ball bounced back into the path of Wessler. She'll get it off for Buck. She smashes it forward. Kraft comes up to win it. Beautiful first touch from Kraft to bring it down. In for Sorrell. Pokes it in for Richards, and she's beaten to the ball. And now Schubert wants to run. Schubert just finding space, gets it out wide for Harnish. Steps inside a Block. Block did well to recover as Odom came out to help out Block. Joella. And Hannah Joella wins the throw-in for Real Colorado in the 84th minute. Good job by Hannah Joella just to keep that ball and maintain possession for Real Colorado deep in FC Dallas's end. Still 6 minutes though, it's a little early to go to the corner. It'll be a goal kick for FC Dallas.
You're seeing Real, whenever the ball's going back to the back line, they're just playing the ball back in, they're dumping it in. Once the first ball is headed away from FC Dallas, that's where you have those center midfielders just sitting, waiting for that ball, bringing it down, and then try and just go to corner and corner, waste time as much as they can as they want to secure this 2-1 lead.
This is Vanderven. Leaves it off for Wessler. Over the top, over the head of Harnish. She gets the second ball, cleared away by block. Won by Bayer. Wessler over to Schupert. Wessler continued her run, but it was well read by Reyes. Stepping in again is Bundy, and she gets it out wide for Schupert.
So Real's doing a great job of stepping in from behind, going to the ball hard, so that way once they get that first touch, they're letting their momentum carry them forward, and that's why they're getting the ball forward a lot more quickly than they were earlier in the game.
That'll be a substitution for FC Dallas. And coming off is Block. And Gonzalez checks back in. So it's a defender being sacrificed for a midfielder. And FC Dallas will go to a back three.
Substitution in the 86th minute for FC Dallas. Entering the game, number 2, Vivian Gonzalez. Replacing number 9, Sydney Block.
They played forward, but there are no forwards ahead.
This is where
Buck sends it back.
Dallas just needs to transition quicker, get their numbers up quicker so they can provide the support needed once they get the ball up higher on the field.
Here's that ball up top. Sorrell got a touch. Richards is arriving, but so is Makowitz.
Great save by Makowitz, coming off her line hard. Once she sees that ball coming in, she explodes off her line and does a great job of securing the ball and not giving up any rebounds.
Now Harnish working on Kraft. Good defending from Kraft, but Harnish wins a corner kick, and more time will bleed off this clock for Real Colorado.
There's a ball and across, and there's Makowitz. Shot's a little tight, but if you open it up a bit more, you see her just come flying off her line. As that ball's being served in, she sees the header going, and that's when she comes off her line. She sits a little bit as that ball's being crossed. Once she sees that header, she reads it, comes out quick, and does a great job to hold on to that ball.
Taken short, Vanderven will hold it up in the corner. This will be FC Dallas' throw-in. Gonzalez needs to take it quickly. Stevenson hits it out of bounds. Final 3 minutes, plus whatever stoppage time is added on by center referee John Tuggle. Torres thought it was her throw-in, but instead it will be taken by Bayer. Gets it into the corner quickly. Harnish let it run. It will be a goal kick. Perhaps she needs to just take that down first. So Shelby Kraft will get this forward for FC Dallas. Headed back by Bundy. Torres. Gonzalez pumps it forward. And Buck has come across in cover all day long. When her outside backs have gone forward, she's been there to make the play in behind. Throw it inside. Richards gets to the end line. Puts it across. Ordonez lets it go. And scrambling it clear is Real Colorado.
A scary moment there, but Makowitz coming off, just deflecting it, and great defensive positioning again, as you saw numbers behind the ball as Makowitz came out, able to prevent the ball from going in the back of the net and instead giving it out for a throw-in.
McGill sends it back the other way. Gonzalez trying to flick it on. Vanderven winning it. She's stripped to the ball. And it will be FC Dallas's ball in the 89th minute. Torres to take this throw-in. In her 10th year with FC Dallas, Torres trying to find a last gasp equalizer. And it will be a free kick in a very dangerous position for FC Dallas.
I think the ref there just saw the arms extended with the little push in the back, but because the arm was extended, that's where they're going to give a free kick.
It's Holland Torres who's over it. The U15 national team player looking to tease it into the danger area. Everybody is in the box for FC Dallas. Played across, punched away. And now a breakaway could be on here. It's a foot race. Harnish going in. Harnish! It's Harnish! It's McGill who makes the save. Pump forward. And now it's 5-on-3 going the other way if FC Dallas can hurry. Ordonez gets it out wide. Richards flying into the box. It's behind Richards. It's Ordonez arriving. Has to cut it back. Ordonez's shot is charged down. Second opportunity is swept wide. And we are into stoppage time.
You have to give huge credit there for Bayer, who was the one that was able to get her body behind the ball and prevent Ordonez from getting the shot that she wanted as she's trying to turn quickly and shoot.
3 minutes of stoppage time.
The referee has added a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time to the end of the game.
30 seconds of those have already elapsed, and it'll be a free kick for Real Colorado.
Say Kraft there, not the smartest decision to make a foul there.
This is Joella. It's being bear hugged, and it will be a free kick for Hannah Joella, who has been so good running at players this afternoon.
And that's right, you can definitely see why the Real bench was not happy with the no call, as it looked like a bear hug like you mentioned.
Well, I still can't believe it's a no call.
Here's Joella again, and there it is. She's trying to get around, and there's the hug, the obstruction, being able to hold her there. That's where they're looking for the call that should have been called.
Off of FC Dallas. Coach Matt Grubb screaming at his side to have a player stand in the corner, not allow that ball in, and it's very well shielded out of bounds by McCutcheon, who's been excellent on the defensive side of the ball for FC Dallas. But they have to get forward now. Kraft takes it. Off of Bundy. Bayer unable to save it. Final minute and 15 seconds, the minimum 3 of stoppage time. Richards is running. Sorella making a run. Richards puts it too close to Makowitz, who will gather and fall on the ball. They're a minute away from Kansas City, Real Colorado.
There's that Real midfield just waiting for that second ball in, allowing FC Dallas to win the first header and anticipating where it's going. Cleans up the second one and tries to go the other way.
Kraft with the header. Off of Vandervent. Referee says play on, and it's out of bounds. Final 20 seconds of the minimum 3. Ordonez's header. And pumped away by Buck. Thrown in the deepest part of the field for FC Dallas. Gonzalez back to Kraft. Smacks it forward. Ordonez, header won by Buck. There'll be a free kick for FC Dallas, and this has to be the last opportunity for the Texas side.
So at this point, there's probably not much time left. It's a last-ditch effort for FC Dallas.
Porter with the header. Ordonez wins the second ball. Torres off Ordonez. Real Colorado are into the semifinals
The
of
final
the
score,
U16-17
FC Dallas
Girls
1,
U.S. Soccer
Real
Development
Colorado
Academy
2.
Championship as they outlast FC Dallas 2-1. What an amazing game, Danielle Diavanzo.
This game was extremely exciting, a lot of back and forth, and you knew coming in it was two strong defensive teams and a matter of who was just going to outlast the other. You saw Real go down 1-0 and come back to win 2-1, courtesy of a lot of the efforts there with Harnish getting the game winner, being able to penetrate up the line, rip a shot, and get her team into Kansas City.
Well, we knew it was going to take something special, and that's exactly what Haley Harnish provided. Brilliant individual effort and an absolute screamer of a shot for the game-winning goal. and it's Real Colorado who marches on to Kansas City. Well, that's the end of our first feature game, but we have another one coming up. As up next, it's the San Jose Earthquakes taking on the Penn Fusion with another spot on the Final Four on the line. There'll be time for post-game reactions, so stay with us as Danielle Diavanzo is heading downstairs. But for now, up here in the booth, for our producers Alex Bousquet and Scott Cheney, I'm Mark Serber saying so long from Oceanside, or matched game 1, where it finishes Real Colorado 2, FC Dallas 1. Post-game coverage to follow. Stay with us here on USSoccerDA.com.
I'm Danielle Diavanzo here alongside Haley Harnish, who scored the game-winning goal in this thrilling 2-1 victory as Real Colorado has punched their ticket to Kansas City for the semifinals. Haley, congratulations on you and your team's win. How are you guys feeling now?
Everyone's just ecstatic. Like, this has been our dream since we've been training for this all summer, and everyone is just beyond excited and thrilled, and we're really excited because we're the only team left for us we're the only Real Colorado team going to Kansas, so everyone just wants to represent the club and parents and the team, and everyone's just super excited.
Now, your team went down 1-0 early in the second half.
Yeah.
How did you guys adjust and keep your composure to then fight your way back?
Yeah, well, it's really nice for us. We've actually played FC Dallas twice this season, so we kind of know how they play, know who we need to shut down, and we kind of took a reset button at halftime and just took deep breaths, got some water, and we were like, we're still completely in this. Like all the opportunities we can get, and we ended up going down, but we just didn't quit, and our goalie made some great saves, and we capitalized on the chances that we got, so it worked out in our favor, and I think the biggest thing was we were able to remain calm.
And you, of course, scoring that game winner, a lot of effort there to rocket that ball. Can you kind of walk us through the goal?
Yeah, so it's honestly, I'm like still kind of trying to process it, but basically I was playing in the center forward position, and I checked over my shoulder and saw that I had the ability to turn, and the center backs were kind of dropping and almost spreading out, not really pinching, and so I just saw I had a half step opportunity, and I knew I needed to get on frame, so I kind of just took my shot, planted, and there it went. So yeah.
I know you guys have a bit of a time now to celebrate.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
enjoy that.
Thank you.
And then how do you guys plan on recovering and then prepping for the semifinals?
Yeah, absolutely. Most people are flying home either today or tomorrow, and so we'll kind of get some rest through the weekend, and then we'll be planning on training throughout the week and then heading out this weekend, but I'm sure we'll take some time to do some rest, recovery, probably a light training when we get back, and then really back into it, training and getting ready for semifinals.
Well, thank you, Haley, for joining
us
here.
Thank you so
much. This is Haley Harnish, as I mentioned, scoring the game winner for Real Colorado as they take this one 2-1. Stay tuned for another quarterfinal match with the U16-17 girls as the San Jose Earthquakes will take on Penn Fusion.